Happy 4th of July. Have a couple extra hours here before the fireworks. So thought I'd answer some questions and show what is my favorite fireworks video of all time. In fact, it's 2022 now, so it's been 10 years. And every single 4th of July, I have to pull this up. I always show it to somebody who hasn't heard of it yet. It's legendary. And it happened in San Diego, so not too far from the Bay Area. I'm sure a lot of people right now watching from San Diego, you probably already know what I'm getting to. But the best fireworks show of all time, 10 years ago, July 4th, 2012, they were supposed to put up the fireworks over the course of, I think, 18 minutes. And they have an electronic timer to make sure that that goes right. Well, somebody put the wrong decimal into the timer. So instead of 18 minutes, took about 30 seconds for all those fireworks to go off. So let's watch it in all its glory. San Diego, 2012. As soon as I can get to this screen, we got it going. All in 35 seconds.
This is insane.
So you know that whoever was putting on that fireworks show was freaking out, but at the end, you hear the audience say, "That was insane and best fireworks show ever." Ooh, I got another one playing right here. It's the same one. It's replaying. I gotta stop this, or it's gonna be too loud. So the San Diego fireworks show was playing twice there in the background, but best fireworks show ever. That was insane. Whoever was organizing it probably wasn't happy at the time, but I don't think you're ever going to have anything top that. They say the best fireworks shows are when night turns into day, and it definitely did in San Diego 10 years ago today. Was anybody at that show? I'm going to look into the comment section. Anybody from San Diego at the show where everything blew up at once? I know I was there the following year. I was there in 2013, and that was the talk of the town. San Diego for 4th of July is awesome, by the way. Perfect weather. Everybody's down. I mean, you're going to run into people, it's fun, military town as well. So it's good for all those 4th celebrations. But we went there in 2013 and everybody was talking about what happened in 2012. And we were really hoping they would just continue doing that every year, have 30 minutes of fireworks blow up in 30 seconds. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. So YouTube is our friend. And we'll use YouTube to answer some 49ers questions. So hopefully right now is a good time. It's 1 o'clock on the West Coast. So still hours and hours away from fireworks. One other thing I could recommend is if you ever have to fly on the 4th of July, make sure you get a window seat. I did it for Vegas last year. I was transferring in Vegas. So I got myself a seat on either the right or the left window of the plane, and taking off over a big flat suburban area on fireworks night is one of the more spectacular visuals that you'll get. In fact, that's a video I should probably pull up. I got it on my iPhone and I did time-lapse mode. So it was about 30 seconds crammed into just a few, or, a couple minutes crammed into a few seconds. And you see all these fireworks just dot the sky over the entire suburban area. Vegas, probably good for that. I heard landing into LAX is awesome. I'm sure if you're landing into FSFO and you have that window seat on the left, you see the entire peninsula going crazy there. So cool day. And I've seen the fireworks from several different vantage points. Going to do a rooftop here in Nashville tonight. We're going to do the Virgin Hotel rooftop. So that one should be pretty neat. Get a little bit of I guess they shoot off the fireworks over the river here. So it's not going to be right at the river, but I don't care. I just want to see the sky lit up, and it's going to be neat. And who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe they'll all blow up at once. All right. So anyway, going to move forward. Any 49ers questions on this 4th of July before you all go out today? I'm going to pop open the mailbag that I had open the other day. If I could get this big fireworks show off there. Good. It's off. As you can tell, I'm standing up today. Got a stand-up desk. Good for the back. Maybe do some shows standing up. Feels more natural, to be honest, than to sit down than to talk. Standing up is fun. Gives you like a different, energy existence when you're standing up versus sitting down. There it is, 49ers mailbag. Trey Lance talk, Dre Greenlaw's future, and Nickelback projections. I've already mentioned this in one video, but might as well mention it again. It is 2,000 words of 49ers questions answered. So I'm going to put that in the chat section for you. You can sign up for The Athletic right now, $1 a month. It's one of the best deals in sports. Okay, let's take a look here. What are you guys all talking about? Niner Empire's got a chapter picnic in Memphis on July 23rd. Interesting. Send me more about that. What, 2.5, 3 hours here from Nashville? David, what new acquisition or rookie are you most excited to see during training camp? Happy 4th of July to you and your family. Happy 4th of July to you too, Collie. Thank you. I know you ask a lot of questions on the show, friend of the show. I'm most excited to see Drake Jackson at training camp. We'll finally see some pads on. We'll see if he can emerge as a pass rusher early on. I think it's important for any pass rusher who's going to be elite in the NFL to show up fairly soon. I mean, when Solomon Thomas wasn't showing up early on, I think some people got worried that, this is probably going to be more of an ordinary player than somebody who's going to be lighting up offensive lines and, just popping, rushing the passer, because usually those guys, they show up quickly, especially if they're drafted fairly high. I get it. Since somebody like Samson Ebukam, athletic freak, right? But I mean, he was an undrafted free agent coming out of Eastern Washington, then didn't play really a true edge rushing role. The Rams moved to the 49ers, played in that Leo role. It took him a while to get going last year. And it wasn't until week 14 or so that we saw Ebukam get going, because that's when he got comfortable. That's when he started really feeling within himself as far as the pass rushing techniques go at the NFL level. So it took a little bit of a longer time. But so there are developmental guys, and there are guys who, are just going to pop right away. And usually the guys who had high draft projections on them, they're not going to be as developmental, right? And a lot of people had Drake Jackson going as a first-round pick up until the slide this year, playing out of position for USC. So I think there's a lot of thought. I mean, Nick Bosa said it himself. He's shocked that Drake Jackson slid to 61. So I think there's a lot of talk about Drake Jackson being a first-round talent. And if that's the case, first-round talents need to pop sooner rather than later, or else you get worried. And I would like to see Drake Jackson at training camp. And if I'm the 49ers, I'd love to see him pop sooner rather than later. Oh, 49 Lakers, thank you. Happy 4th of July. I'm getting married today. I feel good. Can you give a shout out to my beautiful bride, Renee? Well, 49 Lakers, thanks for the message. I will give a shout out to your beautiful bride, Renee. Hi, Renee, and hi, 49 Lakers. I don't know what your actual name is. If you could put that in the chat section, that I'd be happy to say congratulations to both of you, but that's awesome. Hopefully you're not missing the wedding right now watching the YouTube channel, because I don't think that Renee would be too happy about that. So make sure you get to where you need to be. But congratulations, man. Really appreciate that from 49 Lakers. And, if everybody can go in and say a nice congratulations in the chat section. It's a big day for him. So good stuff there. And I really, really appreciate it. It's all good. All right. Well, he doesn't want to give his name, so that's fine. So yeah, well, let's just make sure that Renee is happy right now. Don't want the YouTube channel to be on the hook here for making you late to the wedding. But have a great day. As you could tell, a lot of people, Central Valley King, Barack Niner, everybody saying congratulations to you, Andrew. Congratulations, 49 Lakers and Renee. Shout out to both of you. Shout out to Renee as requested. From Straight Niner Empire, David, take care. Take the day off, bro. We can manage a day or two without any new content. Be safe and happy Independence Day. I get it, but I don't like to take days off. I could be online here for a little bit, say hello to everybody, keep the momentum rolling. I mean, so many of you have joined over the past year. We just got started. We're up to 15,000 subs. By the way, feel free to subscribe if you're watching right now. And feel free to subscribe to the Athletic as well. Both of this channel, the Athletic, like the video, whatever. It's fun to just grow on all the platforms. We got some really in-depth stuff up there on the Athletic. That's on the screen. Take a look at the mailbag. I mean, this is 2,000 words of stuff, talking Debo, talking Trey Lance. And I don't care if it's the 4th of July. I think that you all deserve your content. I mean, how can I stop pumping out content if 49 Lakers is getting married today and he's still watching the YouTube channel? So we got a loyal viewer. So I'm going to be a loyal publisher. I'm going to, write all these pieces. And, I'd mainly use the channel just to promote a lot of my pieces up there on the Athletic. But then it's fun to answer some of your questions, get a little bit deeper into things. Have you yourself seen any flashes from Trey and who the 49ers have at center right now? Right now, Jake Brendel is the first string center. I think he's in the favorite seat to start at that position. We'll see how he does in training camp. I've seen plenty of flashes from Trey. I mean, this goes back to last training camp. He threw some jaw-dropping passes. He would just flick his wrist, and he'd be way downfield. Long touchdown. Trent Sherfield's the one that caught most of those. You saw one of them in the preseason opener against the Chiefs. And then, some of that practice footage was leaked over the course of this offseason, and those were wow moments from Trey. Top flight, top-notch physical capabilities, right? He's moving away from where he's throwing. Yeah, he's still able to uncork a football with some velocity on it. Plus, he's moving fast because he's not a stationary quarterback. So, I mean, you just walk up to Trey. You see how big he is. He's 6'4", 220 plus. I mean, you get those measurables, that arm, that movement ability, you're going to have the ability to flash. And he has flashed. I have seen it at some of these practices. It's a matter of consistency. It's a matter of settling in the structure of an NFL offense against the structure of NFL defenses. And that's the kind of stuff that nobody can know until Trey Lance is consistently playing under center, which is in all likelihood going to happen this season. So I think that's the answer to your question. How do you think the other teams in the division did this offseason? Do the 49ers match up better this season? Well, I don't think the Seahawks had a great offseason. I think they seem to be in a rebuilding mode. So I know the 49ers presumably were already a step ahead of the Seahawks last year, although they lost to them both times. But now obviously Seattle has lost Russell Wilson. So that's that. I think about the Rams. I mean, they have lost some talent, but they've re-signed other guys. I mean, it's the Rams are going to be the Rams are the defending champs, right? 49ers beat them 2 out of 3 times, and they lost the most important matchup in the NFC Championship game. And 99's back for the Rams. Stafford is back for the Rams. Cooper Kupp is back for the Rams. At the end of the day, their star power is back, and the 49ers are going to go toe-to-toe with them. We know those games are going to be close, and it's going to be a war. It's going to be a war in the NFC West between the 49ers and the Rams. As far as the Cardinals go, it's really hard to put my finger on that team because they folded as the course of that 2021 season went along. So until Arizona can prove that it's in this for a 15-round prize fight, that it's going to keep on swinging toward the bitter end and be a tough out even at the very bitter end, then I'm just not buying the Cardinals Kool-Aid right now. I think this is between the 49ers and the Rams. I don't really think the Seahawks are in position to do much of anything with Drew Lock positioned to be their quarterback. So it's a 49ers and Rams division, just like it was last year. And the Rams are the defending champs. So I think they're rightfully the early favorites because you've got to knock the champ off before you could claim that throne of a favorite. Who has a bigger impact this year, Jennings or Sermon? Well, you got to give it to Jennings right now just because Jennings has been the better football player so far. Are Trey's mechanics improving? His release is tightened up. So it's a little bit quicker. I think I don't think his throwing motion, I don't think there's anything that's massively different, but I think he's going through the motions a little bit quicker. We had a little data analysis that I put up here and on The Athletic about a month ago that I saw that was just analyzing with camera technology Trey Lance's throwing motion at OTAs. And it, in fact, was faster than what we had seen out of Trey Lance during the season. So I think that's really encouraging for the 49ers. That's, as far as actual just physical robotic throwing mechanics, that's the only thing that we can measure. Mechanics stretch to, how your eyes are seeing the field, right? How you progress left to right, find an open receiver, and then translate into the throwing motion. And a lot of that we won't get to see until Trey Lance is actually facing live defenses. The 49ers will get a glimpse of it at practice, but we won't have a good idea of how much he's improved until actual games happen, and we can take a look at some of that all-22 film. Who's more likely to make the playoffs, the Broncos or the 49ers? Both have new starting QBs. Well, the Broncos have Russell Wilson as their new starting QB, but they're in a really tough division in the AFC West, right? That's loaded up. The Chargers seem to have signed so many guys. Khalil Mack is in a Chargers uniform now. Obviously, the Raiders picked up Devontae Adams, but it's the Chargers and the Chiefs who are the favorites in that division, along with the Broncos, right? You have 3 teams plus the Raiders who look like they can be dangerous as well. New leadership there seems to know what they're doing. That's going to be a loaded division. Just so happens the 49ers have to play the AFC West this year. So, I don't know who's better, 49ers or Broncos. I think the 49ers have a very, very strong roster. And if Lance pans out even just a little bit, they're going to be real playoff contenders. But as far as the AFC West goes, the Broncos could be really good, but that division's so good. A really good team could get left out of the dance. So September 25th is going to be really interesting. 49ers are going to play at Denver. That's week 3. They're going to get a look at Russell Wilson in a new uniform this time. Of course, Wilson has had so much success against the 49ers in the past. And I have a question for you guys. Where should I stay in Denver? I haven't booked the hotel yet in Denver. So I don't know if I should stay in Cherry Creek or I should stay by Union Station downtown. I know the Mile High Stadium or whatever they call it now. It's not even Invesco Field anymore. It's something else. I know that's not in either of those two places. It's kind of tucked away across the river near downtown. So I'm going to, try to pick a good spot to stay in Denver, maybe see some of you there. Collie says he can't wait for training camp, less than a month away. Yeah, it was a Trey Lance throwing motion video. You can type it into YouTube, type in that David Lombardi. Maybe you'll see it there. And I kind of explained the mechanics behind it all. But that's one of those where I had to go off my notes because some of it went over my head, but I wanted to convey the data and convey the information as accurately as possible. Do you think the 49ers will take the Rams route and not play any of their starters in the preseason? Trey may be the exception. Yes and no. I mean, you got to be careful with it. The 49ers did play 20 games last year, tied a franchise record, and 12 road games, which actually set an NFL record. So, I mean, they were busy last year. And if you're going to go on another marathon this year, you want to preserve your bodies as much as you can in preseason. But you also need to get guys ready to play football, or else they won't be ready at all, not in football game shape at all. And guys will get hurt at a higher rate come week 1. And Trey Lance, if he's going to be getting his feet wet, he's going to want to play with some of the receivers, tight ends, offensive linemen, with whom he's going to have to be cohesive come week 1. So it's a balancing act, keeping guys fresh, getting them ready for, football is this choreographed chaos, right? You as organized chaos, choreographed chaos, whatever you want to call it, as violent and as unpredictable as it can be, well, there is a whole lot of refinement of movement and a whole lot of cohesion that's necessary on that field. So you're probably going to want to get some guys playing, right? It's not Trey Lance needs as many snaps as possible, but you're probably going to want to get him in there a few snaps, at least for motion and timing pre-snap, and then obviously some of the post-snap precision. You're going to want those guys next to him, not only in camp, but also in some of these preseason games. So Kyle Shanahan has an unenviable task of finding the correct balance in that equation. Do you see Jimmy's restructuring and staying as a backup? Well, it depends on the interest elsewhere for Jimmy Garoppolo. And we won't know how that market will burgeon until the next couple of weeks. So I don't think even Jimmy knows exactly what his best option is going to be. But both sides, the 49ers and Jimmy, and I guess a third side, a prospective suitor, they all want to see how that plays out so that, everybody can potentially reach their ideal or most idealized outcome. All right. I'm not going to be on for too long today. 20 minutes seems good. I'm getting a little bit hot right now. So why don't you all have fun tonight? Feel free to subscribe right now. Feel free to tweet me any 49ers questions, and feel free to check out this. That is the 49ers mailbag on The Athletic. I'll pin up the article link in the comment section, $1 a month for The Athletic. So feel free to subscribe there. I'd love to see the count on that article go up. And feel free to subscribe to this channel right here, taking some time out of my 4th of July to bring you a little bit of new content. We won't go crazy. Happy wedding day. Congratulations to 49 Lakers, one of our regular viewers. He posted up on here, and we gave him a little bit of a shout out. So that was a lot of fun. Appreciate you all. Everybody take care. I am going to go relax and then go watch some fireworks. So once again, we opened the show with the 10th anniversary of all the fireworks going off at once in San Diego. Maybe I'll end the show with that as well, because it was quite the evening. Yeah, we're going to play this one more time. Everybody take care. Here is the time 10 years ago when they made a mistake in San Diego and all the fireworks went off at once.
he'd say.